Hi, welcome to Module 4, Multi-Axial Failure Criteria. Now we know as engineers that often we characterize materials with uniaxial tests, the tensile test being the most common one. But the reality is that almost every situation we design for actually involves multi-axial loading. So the point of this module is to hopefully reintroduce multi-axial failure criteria. You've probably run into these before. And again, to look at them from a materials science perspective and understand what aspects of the materials help you choose which multi-axial failure criteria to use. The goal of all of our multi-axial failure criteria is to relate the predictions of failure under multi-axial loading to the predictions of failure we get from our simple laboratory uniaxial tests, like a tensile test. And that could be in fatigue or in static loading. We're going to mostly follow Collins' development of the multi-axial failure criteria as a guide. We're going to talk about most of the ones that are covered in Collins' chapter. Now, some of these are multi-axial failure criteria that you will use in design, and we'll learn and appreciate which ones to use in which situations, because it depends on the material at hand, whether it's ductile or brittle, for example. It also, in some cases, depends on the multi-axial loading and whether it's, for instance, symmetric in tension and compression or asymmetric in tension and compression. We'll also talk about some criteria that aren't in use as much today, but are historically important for understanding the criteria we do use today. So we're going to go through some of those that Collins goes through because they lead into the development of the modern criteria and will help you understand what those criteria are based on. At the end of this module, you should be able to do homework problems that incorporates what we've learned in our previous modules on fracture mechanics and stress concentration, but under the specifics of multi-axial loading, and be able to select the appropriate criteria, apply those, and predict whether or not you would get failure in the given situation.